That means it works.
He's just saying, he almost sold Todd White a cane from that interview. My good friend Bernnan Lagasse is in the studio. You're a very dear friend of mine. You and I get to work together on these amazing trips to Antarctica and up into the Arctic for ice axe expeditions. And you also are a teacher. You've taught all over the place, but now you've also started to teach through ice axe expeditions. Maybe first talk about that, and then I know you have a show tonight on another topic.
Yeah. So Doug Staup and I have been working together since 2009, and we came together through that expeditionary sort of lens of ski guiding. That's how you and I know each other.
Right.
Svalbard, Antarctica, some of the best trips I've ever done.
Sure enough.
Yeah. But over time, I've also had this very strong pull in educational realms to contribute to the world, ultimately. And along those lines, I've taught at the undergraduate level. I've taught high school students. And Doug's wanted to give back. And he's traveled all over the world. And he's been in these places, and he's seen changes. And he was like, what can I do to make more of a difference? So over time, he and I got to talking, and we've developed this idea of an impact school. And we're live right now, iceaxeimpactschool.org. We just got back from the Amazon, and it kind of builds on this expeditionary experiential model of learning.
That's cool.
Trying to go outside of the box and really allow people to see and feel these places, learn from place-based people on the ground. We have trips all over the world. I've developed curriculum that fits each one of these particular places. We have partners on the ground. It's an extraordinary opportunity, and we're really fired up about it.
No, it's a cool way to do it. I mean, you can't go to these amazing wild places on the planet and not be affected in some way and want to protect them. It's funny because people say, oh, well, you take all these people to Antarctica, doesn't that have impact? And of course it does, but my perspective is always, yeah, but these people then come back wanting to preserve, wanting to take care of these amazing places on the planet, and the school's part of that. So I think we just showed the websites there. People, I mean, this is cool because it's just in its beginning stages to kind of start growing the impact school thanks to the Ice Axe Foundation, and that's us down there in Antarctica, man. I mean, that's the kayak crew. We're out skiing somewhere, but they're visiting the penguins. You can almost smell that red poop that's on the beach. Unless you've experienced it, you don't know. Really, it's crazy.
They're so cute, the penguins, and then you get a little closer, and you're like, you're still cute, but maybe a little distance.
Yeah, do whatever you do. Don't get that red stuff on any of your clothing. It will not come out. And then tonight, you're doing a presentation. I love that Tahoe Art Haus and Cinema. That's just an amazing
This
venue.
one's at Alpenglow.
Oh, it is? Okay, I'm
is,
sorry.
yeah.
I was thinking that.
I love the art house, too.
Did you just do one at the art house?
I didn't. I have in the past.
I'm just making that up, huh?
Well, you and I did one.
Oh, right, well, that was fun. That was a good one. So tonight at Alpenglow, and you're talking about the refuge, the refuse, Arctic refuse?
The Arctic Refuge.
Okay.
It's really the Arctic.
I've been up there, so I mean, I'm familiar with that part of the world.
Just remember, that's one of the first times you and I connected was over that expedition. Yeah.
So talk about this show tonight and what you're trying to educate people on.
Sure. So as part of, well, let me back up. Several years ago when I was going to graduate school at Humboldt State, I started working on a case revolving around indigenous issues, ecological health, economic justice in the Southwest. Out of that, I started writing a lot more. That's where I actually started writing more. And I wrote a piece for Indigenous Action Media that a few people picked up on. And one of them was this person, Sean Mulford. He's a medicine man in the Southwest. And he told me I should meet his great friend, Sarah James. Sarah James is an elder in the Gwich'in tribe, which is up in Arctic Village. And that's at the southern border of the Arctic Refuge. Okay. Sarah said that she read my article, and she called me one day out of nowhere. Sean had mentioned you should meet this person. I'm like, of course. How am I going to meet this person who won the Goldman Prize, one of the biggest environmental prizes in the world, travels to the UN, lives in this native village? I'm like,
and she calls you.
And she calls me.
That's pretty cool.
You know, out of nowhere. And she said, I read your piece. I heard you're a teacher. You should bring students to my village to learn about our traditional ways and about the Arctic Refuge. And I'm like, well, this is incredible, but how am I going to make this happen? But it turned out teaching at Sierra Nevada College, which I have for several years, they were really open at the time to doing some outside of the box field courses. And that started a relationship where I brought students up there, and we were able to work with Sarah and work with other tribal members, learn about their traditional ways, and learn about protecting the Arctic Refuge, which has been under threat from the oil industry for decades.
So this is the show tonight at Alpenglow.
So the show tonight, I've been going up there for several years now. I've given done, I gave a show in Mammoth last year. I gave another show in Tahoe City last year about some of these trips. But just this past summer, I was invited from an Inupiat elder in the north, Robert Thompson. He is one of the foremost voices of the protection movement up in the circumpolar north region of.
What time's that show tonight?
7.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then also your hashtag on Instagram too, like a totally different part, the backcountry skiing, all the stuff.
Oh, State of the Backcountry.
State of the backcountry.
Yeah.
That's a huge one too. So you wear a lot of different hats.
Definitely wear a lot of different hats. And this trip this summer was incredible because we rafted the Hula Hula River out towards the Arctic Ocean with Robert's guidance. So it was really an extraordinary show that I look forward to sharing with people. I've never been anywhere in the world like it. It's incredible.
Yeah. Go see Brennan's show tonight, Bernnan Lagasse. I'll see you down in Ushuaia.
Yeah.
And we'll cross the Drake Passage together.
One more time, buddy.
Bernnan Lagasse, go see his show tonight. We'll take a break and come back with your 7-day Lake Tahoe forecast.